the eCourse because a year ago when I had my blood work done, I'm not diabetic, but I decided to get my HbA1c checked just to see what it was, and it was pre-diabetes. My blood pressure is high. My cholesterol was high, over 200, like 240, although I had a lot of HDL, but I knew a lot of it was my weight.
I got to the point where when I did a biometrics test that my numbers were coming back high on my glucose, my triglycerides, my blood pressure, my cholesterol, all those kind of things. And then my weight was sneaking up and up and up. So I just wasn't happy with my numbers. So that was my main thing. And then, of course, the fact that my belly got bigger than my boobs didn't exactly thrill me either. So when I looked in the mirror, I wasn't thrilled.
What positive changes have you experienced since taking the eCourse?
I've lost 25 pounds since we started, I believe.
Besides being able to see my feet again when I'm standing up, I like not having that jiggle when I walk. I like that my clothes that have been in my closet that I used to be able to get into, I can get back into again. And of course, who doesn't love to run into somebody you haven't seen in a while and they go, wow, you look great, you've lost weight.
Yeah, 25 pounds, and I'm still going down. And my cholesterol, I couldn't believe my cholesterol was under 200, but my LDL went way down. My triglycerides were ridiculously good. My blood pressure was 120 over 60 when I was there, and usually it's like about 145, 50 over 85 to 90. My HbA1c had dropped 1 point, so I'm not pre-diabetic anymore. And I was fair last year, and I'm excellent this year. And I know it's because of eating this way, and I feel fantastic. I would definitely recommend the course. In fact, I have recommended the course.
I absolutely would, and I have. In fact, my mom has just recently signed up to start getting involved with this. That's the beautiful thing about taking this class that I've just been through, is I have learned strategies for eating out, for attending social functions, going grocery shopping. I have confidence that I can go just about anywhere and order what I want to eat that's better for me. Now that I have learned the tools that I learned through your course about how to read labels, I can go to the grocery store and pick those things that I know are healthier, that have the fiber contents where it needs to be, that have sugar and sodium and those kind of levels lower where I want them to be. And it's easy to know what not to bring into your house to start with. Well, that's the cool thing about this. There is no portion control. If you're eating the right things that are healthy for you, you can have as much as you want. I've never been hungry on this, so you don't have to worry about measuring or anything. It's just easy.
And I try to tell them this food is really, really good, and your taste buds do adjust, but there is food that you can go home and eat today that's yummy. And it was fantastic. I couldn't believe how good it tasted. And I went home and made it for my family, and everybody loved it. So there are definitely things that people can eat right now as they start the class that they will like. Feel better. One of the biggest changes for me is not having the ravenous cravings that I have, especially at work in the afternoon, healthy stuff. And I love that. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel proud of myself. I love that my clothes are looser. People are noticing now, and so I get to brag on you guys, and they'll say, what are you doing? Somebody asked me if I'd colored my hair. It's like, no, I've lost weight. And my face is actually thinner over our class length. When we would have our video chats, and by the way, that meant a whole lot. The video chats that we would do once a week with the class were really important to me. And even with Amy and Janine, when we would all sit there and talk, and Janine even said at the end, your face is different than it was in the beginning, and your face is different than the picture that I used to post before I'd post my face. And so that was.
I liked the convenience of doing it online, and I loved the ease of use for it.
Was maneuvering the online part of the course hard? Because a lot of people get scared when they hear online that it's just going to be technically too challenging.
That's a problem kind of for us people over 50, I think, but it wasn't that hard. I mean, it's best basically click a link. It was easy.
Great, I can do the whole thing online, and I don't have to worry about living in Aiken and working in Columbia, and I can watch the videos when I have time to watch them, and I'm going to learn all the stuff that you teach in class, and I was just really excited.
Do you have is there any specific Amy words of wisdom or advice you would give someone that is really on the fence about taking the course? And
as you wake up in the morning, your mirror's not lying to you. You know you've put on the weight. You know in your heart of hearts you need to make changes. And it's real easy to be women in their 50s, and our whole lives we either put ourselves on the back burner because we have husbands and children, and their needs have always come first. That's just what women do. We nurture other people. But you've got to learn to love yourself. You've got to learn that you cannot necessarily eat like your husband can. I happen to be married to a guy who's about as big around as a toothpick, and he eats all kinds of bad things, and it's just aggravating. But that doesn't work for me. So I had to have permission to give myself the love I need to eat healthy for me. I needed to learn to say, hey, what have you got to lose by doing this? I'll tell you, you get to lose that jiggle when you walk. You get to lose the lack of confidence to eat out in a healthy way, to go grocery shopping and read labels in a way that you understand what those labels mean. They're not just numbers. Suddenly they have clarity and meaning that they didn't have before. The nice thing is you have given us lots and lots of recipes that we can use. I've also have gotten a cookbook or two that you recommended, and I'll be the first to tell you I am not a good cook, but the food is so easy to make. A lot of it's not stuff I've necessarily grown up with and am familiar with, but I'm trying new things, and I'm very surprised. It's delicious, absolutely yummy. I also maybe have had reservations before I started the course. Will I feel hungry? No, I never did. You've also given us recipes for desserts and snacks that, in case you want to have those, you can, and still stay in a healthy realm. But I never do make them because honestly, I'm not hungry in between meals.